This is Sparta!
Let's go. Right. Get up out your feet. Let's go.
This is Sparta!
Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Training camp really, or practice for the rookies start tomorrow. Maybe it's just a checkup to see how these guys are doing, so they will be locked, loaded, and ready. Oh, did I point out the merch? Yes, the merch is available. Also, we got hoodies, we got tees, we even got masks. So I want you guys to click on teespring.com. I will post a link in the description box so that you guys can get a chance, an opportunity to get some of this good stuff. I really do appreciate everybody for help growing the nation and continue to grow this thing one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. And we look back and we say to ourselves, man, woo, those Dallas Cowboys and those guys that be talking, man, they about their business. They about their work action. They don't never sleep. They provide enough content beyond a pale. They just continue to hit that grind axe, and that's what we do. And we are so crunk with it, it allows me to just do this right here. It just does. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Are you ready for some war? I know y'all ready for that war action. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up the groove that we started on a few days ago, and I made it all the way I think to the point of Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott. I made it to that point, right? But before that time frame, we get to it. Ezekiel Elliott and his homeboy Dak Prescott, they love each other, right? Bruh power. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's about the brotherhood, the unity. And on top of that, both of those boys, they got their birthday right around the corner. And everybody knows that you got to show love and adulations. One of the things that I have to point out, too, is this CeeDee Lamb, Cedarian Lamb. CeeDee Lamb on targets of 20 yards or more down the field. 58 catches, 0 drops. I put on there the all hands team. The brother can catch everything. So, I do know I've seen somebody point out the LSU game and said, hey, he was playing basketball with that one. He kind of dribbled that one. Hey, nobody's perfect, right? But this kid right here, I think that when we see him on the field, then we will be able to identify what he can do as it relates to the NFL groove. When we finally see him with that blue and that white and that silver, boy, and that star on the helmet. Remember, he got to earn that star, though, right? And just right, Toby. And just right, Deshaun Taylor. Well, he got to earn that star. Just right, KMT, man. Hey, the late night hype will be tomorrow. We're going to have my dog on there, Patrick, with Patrick Walker, right? Everybody knows what he does and what he brings to the table. Also, we're going to have Skywalker still with the new feel and my dog, Big Game James. Everything else remained the same. So we're going to really get this thing crunk. We're going to be hype. We're going to be all of those things added into one. Can anybody disagree, right? Nobody out here, man. Philly Notion, what's up, man? The phone lines will be open. So for those who know the phone number, be ready. Get your comments together, what have you, and let's talk about it. But before we go into this thing, let me see what's going on in the Twitter universe. To make sure everything is okay. Copacetic over here. Hit this home button over here. Yeah. Yeah, load up on me. Yeah, y'all can see me. I'm live right now. Me watching myself. Shout out to Cowboys. You know, really appreciate you. That's like a tongue twister right there. So nothing really jumping out right now. So I like I said, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. I think I left off. Let me check out my guy, Big Game James. Make sure everything is over there. Okay. Yeah. Boy, ain't this a nice jersey for number 31. Boy, oh boy. All right, everything's good over there. All right, so let me check on over here to the where I left off category. Of course, I left off on Ezekiel Elliott. David, really appreciate you. Yes, I left off on Ezekiel, the main man. Elliott, Ghost Killer, was good. Of course, we was going down the list and seeing who's going to make the team. Let's be real. He's making his team, right? And I think that he got an axe to grind. He got a bone to pick it with a lot of people. And I think that this brother is really going to show up and show the world what he's made of, right? And I know. I heard so many people saying he's lost a step. He's fat. He's lethargic. He's huge. He ain't going to really do anything as it relates to burst power. He's not that guy, Law. Shout out to Akeem, man. I would hit you up, too. He said, you email me. I really will check that out, Akeem. Jordan Bray says, Lamb is a lion. Yeah, you ain't lying. Let me look at this thing again. He don't look fat to me. Let me see. He don't look fat to me. Oh, yeah, and the Cowboys signed Bradley Anae for a 4-year contract on his rookie's deal. So Bradley will be in the house this year. Can anybody give me an over-under? How many sacks will he get? Will it be 2? Will it be 3? Will it be 0? Give me an over-under. Do you think this guy will be over 3 sacks? Do you think he'll be under 3 sacks? Let me know. Post it down below. And will he start? That's the main thing. Will he get a chance to start, right? Shout out to my dog, Antoine. Really appreciate you for getting in. All right, so let's move on to the next person, man. We already know Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, will make this team. Let's pull it over to Kai Forbath, and they're going in alphabetical order. Let's see what old Kai Forbath will do. He's wearing number 3. He's 5'11", 7 years in the league. He's 32 years old. We do know that the mighty bone fossil, he brought in Greg Zuerlein. He brought him in. So will it be iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel type of situation? I don't know. KMT says 3.5 for Bradley Anae. Ghost Killer says 4. Woo! Dave, what's up, man? I'm feeling good. Who else we have over here for the sack total? James says 2.5. Okay. Who over here on my Harold Edwards says over 3. Lance Bell. Yes. And I ain't talking about Taco. This guy over here is putting down over 3. That's Young Wilson. Hey, your dog, he putting down 5 sacks. Now, let's rewind. Let's rewind since everybody talking about this Bradley Anae, the Annihilator. Remember, my dog, Big Game James, everything else remained the same. He put down and said, hey, I'm going to call this guy Annihilator. The Annihilator. And when Big Game James give people a nickname, it stick. Ask Skywalker how he got his Skywalker name, right? Skywalker Steel. Ask him how he got his name, and they'll go through the storyline. Big Game James said the Annihilator. And when you turn on his tape, when you look at his film, when you see what he does out there on the field, the guy plays with that type of motor. he annihilates his opposition. He annihilates the opponent. He just goes right at it, 0 to 100, and he will make sure you feel his presence. You know what? It's crazy how we look at size of a person, and we would say, well, that size of a person really, he's too small. His arm's not long enough. But it's not about that. What they say is not about the size of the dog. It's not. Is the heart of the size of the dog? Y'all help me out with that saying. It's the fight in the dog. Shout out to you, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Really appreciate you. Yeah, what's up, my dog, Skywalker? Yeah, what's up, Ready and Notion live tomorrow. Patrick Walker from CBS. Yes, sports at that. Yes, we're gonna have it. Yes, indeed. We're gonna be crunk, and he's gonna give us the sauce, the secret sauce, the detailers of everything, right? Yes, indeed. Okay, Patrick Walker with no C. Yeah, Navo looks good and should be a big factor as well. Oh yeah, should be is the operative word, but will be should be the word that's put in place of should. He will. And I love this kid right here, Bradley Anai. But let's go over this thing again. Let's get off of Kai Forbath. We know he's going to battle for that particular position. This is an old situation right here. We know Travis Frederick is gone, right? And let me say this. Let me break this down. This is the old roster from the DallasCowboys.com. They still have him up here. But I think what will happen with this type of situation is they're going to purge him off. But I have to talk about Travis Frederick. And this is correlating to my dog, D-Law. A lot of people, I've been reading a lot of people comments about this right here. Let me squeeze back over here, and let me pull this up. Reports, DeMarcus Lawrence reporting to training camp due to the virus, basically, pandemic. I can't say the first name because YouTube, do their thing, and Facebook do their thing with it. But here's the thing. It's not by chance that he's saying this. It's not by softness that he's saying this. The guy got a pregnant wife at the house. Keyshawn, really appreciate you so much for the love and adulations for the nation, man. Really appreciate you donating this thing. Really do, man. So what I'm saying is let's not judge a player by the sure fact that you go to your job. I've seen people make the analogy saying, well, hey, I'm an essential worker. I wake up early in the morning. I have to get my kids ready to go to preschool or daycare, what have you. And I'm out there at Walmart, or I'm out there in Fred's, or I'm a store manager at a certain store, and I got to oversee 30 people, which, granted, I understand that. But if you had the chance, if you had the opportunity to not do that and still get paid, would you still do that? That is the situation with the NFL. These contracts are unique because you can be a store manager when you're 50. You can be a store manager when you're 70 or even 80, believe it or not. But you cannot play football when you're 50. You cannot play football when you're 60 or 70, right? And, of course, these guys are making hand over fist, more money than we can count. Matter of fact, I believe one of their game day checks, a couple of their game day checks, will be actually my retirement, right? So when I retire from my job, hopefully, if I manage everything right, yes, I will be a millionaire. I kid you not. I put things in places for me to be that. But I will have to work at least until I can retire at 60. And to give you guys that angle, that projection, I'm still in my mid-30s, you see. So that's a long time to get one of their game day checks or one of their half of a year checks, of course. But their plays, the way they play can be gone in an instant second, just like that. And you can't recreate your kids. You cannot do it. So what D-Law is looking at it is like, yes, some people may say that the virus is a what they call it, a hoax. It's fake. It's a scam, But he can't risk that, Cowboy Nation. he got to protect. He's the king of his castle. He got to protect. He got to protect his home first. He got to protect his wife, his future unborn kid. He got to protect everything. So that's why D-Law is having his reservation, and not just him, as well as the other players that came out. So I want people to look at it from a different angle. I'm not forcing you to believe in something, but I just want you guys to look at both sides of the coin. Just like this guy done, Travis. He said, hey, I didn't play up to the level that I wanted to last year. And on top of that, I felt deteriorating. I felt like my overall collective power was gone. Although my technique was there, but I know that the way I supposed to play was not there. Although I know I made it to the Pro Bowl and beyond, all pro, what have you, but I didn't feel right. I would rather be able to be with my wife, be able to be with my son or daughter. I don't know if you have a son or a daughter, but you know what I'm saying, to be with my kids. But Akeem says maybe he will return. And we've seen stories like this before. So 7-year pro, 320 pounds from Wisconsin. Man, the guy is just unbelievable. Nice. Travis Frederick, block out for hunger, give thousands of dollars to those who are in need every year. Just a good, wholesome guy. We hate to see him go, but every story, every chapter have an ending, right? And that just so happened to be his at this point. Maybe we'll put a placeholder on that. Big Pain says, I respect that. Yeah. Shout out to you, young Wilson. I hear you, Law. My check his pocket change to them. Yeah. Gillamongster. I think that Big Game James named this guy Gillamongster as well. So that's his nickname. Gillamongster, number 75. 6'2", 302, big boy. Yes, he's going to make this team. And yes, I feel like tomorrow when they have these rookies check-in day, I hope he'll be one of the guys. And hopefully that they can give us some intel on their health. I do know that reports are out that 82 players got COVID. We want him not to be on that particular list, but if he is one of those guys, we would like to see some type of plan in action to get these guys healthy, to get them out there to play. And we love to see this rookie because his first step quickness, his get off is nasty. 2-gap. He plays with that integrity. Lane discipline is there. A lot of people think that, hey, shoot the gap, get to the quarterback, have a happy day. No, it's all about responsibilities too. It's all about lane integrity. It's all about shutting down, filling the gap, filling the plug. And at 302, he was doing that. He was doing that in Oklahoma land, So I like this guy overall. And we got him in the, we got him in the third? Did we get him in the third, Cowboy Nation? Where did we pick him up? What a steal, regardless. Because I had a second round grade on him, right? What a steal. Makes my face ball up when I talk about it, right? Just ball up, just talking about the way he plays with that tenacity, the way he played with that strength, the way he played with all of those things. Make me want to go to war. Just make me do that. Let's go. But y'all feel that? Just war. Just ripping open some things, right?
This is Sparta!
Yeah. Put some fire around me, There we go. That's what I want. Don't you guys feel that way? Don't y'all feel like the docility or the docile nature is going away from this team? Don't you guys feel like all of these years, yes, for 13 years, 10 years, majority of them being the head coach, and you build upon and you start breaking down the identity of the head coach, you start rubbing all over you, right? It kind of rubbed off on the players. Then we went out there on the defensive side of the ball and got a Papa Rob Marinelli, right? Who was really, had his time in the sun out there in Tampa Bay land. And yes, his team played well out there. And yes, for that stretch of Chicagoland, his team played well. But people fail to realize that when he had that cup of coffee, was he one of the guys that had the cup of coffee in Detroit land? Boy, it was just a horrible cup of coffee. It was a horrible cup of coffee for him. So I think that slowly we are removing some of those elements, right? So I think that, yeah, Gilmore makes this team, right? Oh, the next person on this list. Oof. Yeah. It's my dog, right? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 We saw the coming out party last year, right? We saw the kid that's so sneaky with his route running, especially at the top of his route. I said that like his first year, what have you, his legs were still a little weak. You know, you can nudge him a little bit and he'd be off balance. Yes, sometimes he'll make that crazy catch, but he don't come down with the ball type of situation. And I said, man, watch if this kid gets stronger on his lower body, his lower extremities, right? Watch this kid do some crazy things. And I was out there in Oxnard, and I was like, number 13, boy. Number 13 is doing his thing. Number 13 is catching. Number 13 is getting open. And I kid you not, as much as I give love and adulations towards Amari Cooper, right? As much as I praise, and shout out to you, Miss Scott and Pro. I got that email. I really appreciate you for helping the nation out. Shout out to Miss Scott and Pro. Y'all listen to Miss Scott and Pro. She got her mind right with all of this good stuff, right? And got some good details for you. But when I saw this kid personally, you know, plucking the ball out of the sky, I said, no way. No way. We need to do a DNA check to see if he's related to the playmaker. Ain't this right, Chris? Shout out to you. We saved $9 million by releasing or cutting Crawford. We'll get into details of that, Chris, but really appreciate you so much. Yes, indeed. Jonathan, really appreciate you over there on the Facebook, man. If you're on my Facebook, please, I cannot beg you guys enough, but sharing is caring, right? What's up, Justin? And Philly Notion again, and Ghost Killer. Man, pick him G13. When I see him, I said, man, that's the playmaker there. and when I said it, man, a lot of people like, wait a minute, y'all speaking your wisdom teeth, Law. You still got them in there? Y'all speaking your wisdom teeth. I was like, nah, man, I just see glimpses of it. Glimpses of it. And no, I'm not saying that he is. And his yak yards after catch is nice. What he did against the Washington team was stupid nice. I think that he was on that page of heading there until he had to have those knee surgeries, you know, that microscopic situation. And that because he refused to go down. Let me repeat that, because he refused to go down after he catches the ball. It kind of reminded me of this other guy who wore 88 named Dez Bryant. Remember, Dez Bryant would catch a ball and he just would be slippery. He wouldn't refuse to go down. And that was what Michael Gallup would do last year as well. I think that some of the fight that he got, I just want him to bounce out of bounds and live to play another day. But give me this guy, though. Give me this guy who got, you know, who just goes all the way in. Yes, he had a few drops. I contribute majority of those drops last year due to concentration. Especially when you're trying to pluck the ball out of the air and people diving at your knees. Man, it's hard, man. You're worrying about your knees. Some of the old school players be like, man, just hit me up high. Hit me up high. Knock my head off, man. Don't hit my knees, man. Don't go after my knees. So I like this kid. Matter of fact, I'm lying to you guys. I love this kid. I love his heart. So that's why I got so mad. People like, man, Law's getting mad. He's so mad about this guy. When the false rumor was about false rumor, right? When the false rumor, you know, that double, you know, it's like a double negative almost. But the false rumor about Michael Gallup being traded for Jamal Adams, I got really upset. I said, no, don't get rid of him. Don't touch him. You can touch somebody else, but don't touch him. Don't do that. That's my dog right there. And a fan favorite, too. Shout out to Cowboys Experience. This is where you can go meet and greet players and get a chance to shake their hands. And this guy, him and Joe, his representative, they always on time. They always give you chances to get your autograph signed. He's a real humble guy, and I think that he probably be like one of those Amari Coopers. Like, will not say, okay, I want tons and tons of cash. I just want to play for the star. Let's move on from him, and let's go over to this other guy. I'm gonna set the table by saying, when me, Big Game James, and Boothang, Big Game James Boothang was out there, and Oxnard and Shango, we looked at him and we said, is that LVE? Oh my goodness. Is that the second coming of LVE? And here we go. We got Luke Gifford. He's 24 years old. I think that he makes this team. I think he surprised a lot of people. I think that when you think about Luke, his time at Nebraska, he showed some flashes. But his problem is to this day, is that he would show you those flashes. He would show you those sparks. He would give you all of that taste of greatness. And then you look out there and you see the stretcher being pulled up. And you say, good God, what's going on with this kid? Why he can't stay healthy? Why the smoke keep following him? And he plays like Sean Lee. He plays like, and he looks, and his frame, although he's 6'3", he looks like he's 6'4", or what have you. And he plays with that height, as a LVE. He's number 57. I think that he got some speed. He got some situational awareness, good hips, flip him out pretty well, tracks the ball. When you look at him, you would say, man, 57 is flying out to the ball. Who is he? And it was Luke Gifford. Yeah, I think we had a preseason game against the 40-winers. And everything that I saw out there, I was like, man, let him get to the season. Let him get to the season. I just hope that he can stay healthy. I hope that he don't become our Alex, Albright 2.0. I don't want him to have all of these potentials and then he folds up like a lawn chair. But I think that this kid deserved to have an extra chance this year to make this team. Luke, I am your father, Gifford, he makes this team. Let me read some of you guys' comments, man, and we'll open up the phone lines a little later. Lord, what's up with Adams? This is from Donald Harmon Jr. The Jets would not give him to us. That's basically. They would say, okay, in order for you to get Jamal Adams, we want a chip of the moon. We want moon rocks. And you know how far the moon is from here. That is the situation with that. I'm going to disagree. This is my lady, Miss Scouting Pro. I don't think that he makes the team. There are 4 undrafted rookie free agent linebackers to keep close eye on. This is from Miss Scouting Pro. Hey, I love some objectivity. I don't know if these rookies can come in and just demand that type of situation, especially due to this virus pandemic / whatever, But if one of these rookies can come in and stay healthy and he goes out with a tore up knee or spleen just jump out of his body or whatever stuff that he walked under the ladder from because he keep getting injured, what have you, then I can see where your points are at, because when you're healthy, you're wealthy. You see, in terms of making this team. Let's see. Yep, Mr. Wright. Yeah, sweep us again. This is from Justin Quarles. Really appreciate you. What college? He went to Nebraska, and I ain't talking about the furniture. All right, that's Luke Gifford. Let's move on. Shout out to Nebraska furniture, by the way. Good situation. The Cowboys signed this guy. The Cowboys re-signed him. CJ Goodwin, I think his original name is Chris or what have you, goes by the name CJ. He's been in the league for 5 years. 6'3", 190-pound guy. He's 30 years old. He is a special teams weapon. I kid you not, when I look up his film, the all 22, when you see number 29 out there, just say, "Oh Lord," just start praying, because you know that he's going to blow some coverages. He plays super aggressive, aloof out there on the field as it relates to where he should be at, and I can't contribute that all to the coaching staff because the brother been in the league for 5 years. Nevertheless, when you see him on special teams, whether it be punt, whether it be kickoff returns, coming or going, you will see CJ Goodwin doing his job, handling his situation out there carefully. And I love it because he's normally the gunner. He's the first person down there. Now, there's raw competition with that, because I think that Reggie Robinson will give you that same work action. But they signed this brother, I think, to a 2 or 3 year deal. I could be wrong on the length. But I think that he makes this team just by special teams. And lo and behold, we have Bone Fossil that can probably elevate number 29. Don't be scared when you see 29 make a fumble or force a fumble, what have you, and be a difference maker in one of these games. I think that he makes this team just by sheer heart. Yes, indeed. He ain't broken like Wentz. Shout out to y'all. Y'all was talking about Luke. He's going to be another Anthony Randy White. Are you talking about Luke Gifford?
Donation for the nation. And do you think Andy Dalton is a good backup, or did we need a backup elsewhere?
This is Landon. Great segue there. Let me pull you up over here. His questioning there, and thank you so much for the donation here. He says, basically, do you think Andy Dalton is a good backup, or do we need to back up? Do he need to back up elsewhere, or do we need to look elsewhere for the backup? I would say this right here, Landon. I don't think that Andy Dalton is a good backup at all. I think that he's a great backup. And this is not me just throwing charm out here in the water. The reason why, shout out to you, Derek Owens, if Bradley and I get 6 sacks, boy, oh boy. Shout out to you, Uncle Charles. Here's why I think he's a great backup in a sense. We're going to have a hybrid style of offense, basically. Not saying a hybrid as it relates to, it's going to be so unique, but I think that we're going to have Kellen Moore's system, but we're going to have some of the philosophy from Coach McCarthy. Let me repeat so you guys can hear way in the back. We're going to have Kellen Moore's system, but some of Mike McCarthy philosophy. And Mike McCarthy operates within the confines of West Coast, and that's 3 steps, the ball is out. You rarely see the 5-step drop back, but you see the 3 steps, or you see maybe a half step and the ball is out. You'll see things like that going about, what have you. You'll see some pre-planned route runnings and things like that. And who runs that West Coast system? Who's been entrenched with that West Coast system? Oh, Andy Dalton. Why is this so important, Law? Because now we're in this situation where it's the virus going on. And it may be a situation where it's, let me knock on wood, but you may have a spread to go on in the locker room. And Andy may just be there for 1 or 2 games. I think that he will be solid for 1 or 2 games, maybe 3, 4 at the most. I think that he brings in that type of temperament. You cannot just pull experience out of the air. He got experience. He's good during the regular season. Just don't let the brother play during the postseason, right? So that's why I like him as a great piece, a veteran guy to bring in. And hopefully he will already have the system in place, and you would not have to be scratching your head about, hey, can Ben DiNucci do this thing? Will Ben DiNucci fold up a little bit, those type of things. Shout out to you, Chop, man. Really appreciate you. Dalton got an arm. This is from Sandra Love. I have my reservations on his arm, but I do love his progressions, though. I do love his progressions. And think about it. Think about this. It's not how strong your arm is. We've seen Tom Brady, for crying out loud, win a Super Bowl, right? Multiple Super Bowls, being able to play up into his 40s, right? And one can argue that Tom Brady got like a Chad Pennington type of arm, right? So it's not about the arm strength or the arm power. Even the young kid that just got drafted in the first round, or first pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. What's his name? Joe Cool. What's his real name? He don't have a strong arm, believe it or not, but his progression is right. What's his name? Y'all help me out. The number 1 overall draft pick for the 2020 season. All right, so moving on a little bit further over to Randy. All right, y'all all know what I feel about good old Randy. Joe Burrow. Appreciate you, KMT. Joe Burrow gonna play so well that y'all one day gonna call in and be like, man, Law couldn't get this brother name right. Come on, Law, what you doing with yourself, man? That's like forgetting Superman's name, you know. All right, so Randy, and I ain't talking about Randy Watson, right? Randy Gregory, the tease of the years since 2015, great tease, you know. The comment that we're waiting to see, the falling star, right? You only see it every now and then, the eclipse of the Cowboys. We don't know when they're going to reinstate the brother. We don't know how or when or what is going on. All we can sit there and say to ourselves, when he do shows up, when he do come out, boy, I'm not talking about blazing other stuff, but he does blaze that get off, and that shoulder blade can cut the grass, and he can get right to the quarterback. I'm talking about taking vacations, and just all of a sudden you insert him, he give you 6 sacks, just blazing right into the quarterback, right? But our only problem, Ben, is that we can't see this consistently for back-to-back years. All we see is the guy been developing, and bam, he's suspended. Bam, he's suspended. Bam. And we were sitting there like, come on, what's going on? We do hear the stories of him being bipolar or what have you, and he used his other stuff, plants over pills, to self-medicate. I think that the NFL need to go ahead, get off their high horses, whatever it is, and reinstate the brother. We've seen Josh Gordon get reinstated multiple times. We've seen people that threw their so-and-so on beds of guns and to be able to be reinstated. We've seen somebody punch the belly of their fiance at the time, you know, and get arrested, what have you, to play a down in football. And we never seen this kid get arrested, right? We never seen this kid been even detained, dare I say. But this guy somehow being enemy number 1. We even seen Alden Smith, the guy that plays on this particular team. Let me know where I'm lying. Goes into an airport and yell out bomb. That's a felony. You know, we seen him drinking and driving, DUI, hit an actual structured park spot or hit parked cars. We don't see this storyline with Randy. He's 6'5", man. The guy got an unbelievable bend. Can get there, but we don't know. Roger Goodell's like, man, I'm gonna hold this one for you. Jerry, because you try to take my job, and it's $45 million. 45, right? Oh, my goodness. Yolanda, appreciate you on my Facebook. Really appreciate you. Yes, we're live like 95 Gracia. Yolanda saying that, hey, the brother needs therapy. Yeah, I think he's been getting therapy, but let the brother get on the field, right? Let him get on the field. Philly Notion, correction. Jordan, Cowboys troll, indeed fan. I'd rather root for the Bengals. Shout out to you, Philly Notion, but you know you root for us quietly and secretly, right? Right, Philly? Right, Philly? Dak Attack, man, if we get him back or not, we got to keep the line developing and put out the production. Yes, I agree. That's why we go get a Bradley or not, right? That's why Tyrone Crawford's still on his team, right? That's why we still looking at the Alden Smiths of the world, right? So I think by hook or by crook, you still keep Randy Gregory. You reserve a spot on the roster for him, because if you let him go, he's going straight to the Patriots and never getting in trouble and just come off multiple years, 12 sacks, 11 sacks, what have you. It just seems like he'd be a Patriot guy, right? You know? This guy don't have a pitcher, but he's a wide receiver from Mississippi State. Stevens, I looked at some of his film. His speed, it's there a little bit, but at the top of his route, he's a tall guy. And this is the thing with him. He's one of those receivers that you would say, okay, we saw what you did in Mississippi State. Can you do against pure competition? Now he got to face against the Worleys. Now he got to face up against my dog, Reggie Robinson. Then he got to face up with Diggs. It's going to be a strong fight for him. He's going to have to really be ready. I think that he will probably be practice squad ready. All right, Justin Hamilton, you guys know this brother is from Natchez, Mississippi. Shout out to him. He actually played with the dog, Botch Lombardi, who keeps the party. They played together while they was in high school together. He's on reserve here. He's 26 years old. He's 6'2", 315, big plug guy. I don't know whether or not they keep him in for camp body purposes. And trust me, the Dallas Cowboys have yet to upgrade or update this particular situation. We would know down the line, but I think if I'm not wrong, I think they signed him for a 1 year's futures contract. So we will see what Justin can do. Philly Notion knows about him because he played over there in Philly land for like a cup of coffee. So he's a big plug. He's supposedly be wearing number 79. Shout out to him. Hopefully he can find his way on this team. I love guys that can play it right up and shoot the gap, play two gap systems and things like that. He gives you a little bit mixture of both. The guy's just naturally strong. Sit on a horseback and the horse say, ow, get off me. He's that big, for real. Yes, indeed. Law, thank you for doing the round table objective on Dak. No sign. Be a thing of beauty. This is from Steven. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Joseph Sandberg, can the NFL Illuminati free Randy? Be careful with the NFL Illuminati. Look, Michael Vick went to jail for dogfighting. This is from Jonathan Durban. Yeah, y'all fighting over there on my Facebook group. That's so random over there. You talking about he went to jail for dogfighting, and you talk about how that relates to Randy Gregory. Botch was a center. This is from Kelvin. Yeah. But Justin is defensive tackle, and I think he battled against Justin. And Justin can move some furniture out the way. He can. He's quick too. And this guy too, this Hamilton, he's pretty solid as well. Here's the thing. We will like to see Ladarius Hamilton do something out there on the field. I think it's an extreme long shot for him. I think that they're going to at least allow these teams to carry, I want to say more than 10 practice squad guys. If anybody got the exact number that the NFL expanded the practice squad, please post it down below. I think that this kid it's a long shot for him. It's a long shot for him to even make the team. Because think about it. Dorrance Armstrong, you got to outperform him. Or you got to outperform Bradley or not. You got to outperform Randy Gregory if he comes back. You got to outperform Alden Smith. You got to outperform Tyron Crawford. So it's a long list of rooms of guys. Even Joe Jackson, who's forgetting. All right, so Marcus, the center, 303. I have not got a chance to dive deep into his tape. All I can say is that this guy right here, it's a long shot. Didn't even know he was on the team. Let me keep it moving because I don't want a lot to kick it. But this guy right here, Cole Hacknew. You guys can correct me on how to say his last name. But I'm just going to call him Cole, right? Number 87. George, what's good, man? Really appreciate you, and thank you, Philly Notion, for help growing the nation. He said, Mr. Law Nation, do you know what's really up with Dak Prescott contract? Because I'm confused, like a MF. George, here's the thing. Let me flip over here and leave Cole alone right quick, because I think Cole tape, he's pretty, he's going to have to fight for this particular situation. It will be hard for him to beat out even the Blake Bells and the Blake Jarwins to get his name recognition into the mix, because think about it. They're going to keep Jameis Olawale, and there's only so many tight ends that you can keep. And I think that within the confines of Mike McCarthy's system, he loved to use the fullback. So they got special plans for those two fullbacks, Jameis Olawale and the other undrafted rookie. Haiku Tini. That's how you say it, KMT? Let me go back. Haiku Tini. Haiku. Like the poem, right, of your mind. Haiku. Okay. We'll see. We'll see what he can do, down the line. All right, let me get back over here. Bless you, Law. Sounds like you sneeze saying that name. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Kawame. I think I said your name right? Hakutini. I think Philly Notion want to see Dak in an Eagles jersey. That could be quite possible. It could be quite possible. Let's move on to the next guy, man. Let's move on. We almost finished with this list, right? Let me see how much farther I got to go. Oh, my goodness. I probably had to break this down into 3 segments. Let me just go ahead and open up the phone lines from here, man, and see how long I've been live with you guys, man. Let me see. And I really appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. Let me get some fire, and let's play this music while I turn some things around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
This is Sparta!
Yeah, we're almost here. The live of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. All right, nation. All right, we're back at it. Really appreciate everybody. The phone lines are now open. Let's continue to find ways to update this thing. Really appreciate everybody who's part of this thing. Thank you, Jordan. Let's see if I can fix this right quick. And while that's uploading right over there, Cowboy Nation, I'm going to let the AI speak if she so desire. If you put anything down, or she's going to speak. Yeah. Oh, you didn't put any comment down. All right. So with that being said, the phone lines are open, and I'm all open for any discussions, any decisions about the Dak Prescott. Some people want to know about that particular contract. A lot of people think that the Cowboys made an epic mistake. A lot of people think that is the right move. So if you want to call in to give me your thoughts on this whole entire situation and scenario, please do so, and let's see what we can do from here. George, yes, he'll be back at practice day 1. Yes, that's one of these situations. A lot of times people fail to realize with this new collective bargaining agreement, you really can't hold out. You really can't sit out. As long as you are under contract, you got to be your butt in practice. You got to. That's the way they'd operated and set these things up. You got to be out there. You do. And the craziest thing of it all is that this new collective bargain agreement, they are the ones, the players, they are the ones that agreed to having the franchise tag and transitional tag still available. So I think that what hampers most of this thing is still having those things, those options open. I think that the NFL, the CBA, they should have collectively bargained to not have the franchise tag. But the owners can do what they want to do now. It's still the same rule. I think that's a very detriment to this NFL season. 908, you're live.
What's going on? Nation, this Big Pain here again.
Shout out to you, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
For starters, I've been on here, the past week or so, and the first time I ever listened to your channel was when you had that debate a few months back with Lord Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the best debates that I had seen. So now, from watching y'all, I had recently on my page I started talking sports yesterday.
Oh wow.
Just from that inspired me because just from y'all. So, right there, I just want to salute to you, and I've been saluting all the big YouTubers from whatever team that made me want to start this off. I just want to get that out of the way. And I want to say,
all right, a lot of people saying they can't hear you. So let me see if you got your volume all the way up. Yeah, you sound better now. I think people can hear you now better.
Okay, okay. I was saying, from you, Lord Brunson, 3500, the dude Vach, all the nice YouTubers, the good YouTubers that really give, sometimes biased, but for the most part, 90%, 95% of the time, give out facts. And I those YouTubers, including yourself, inspired me to start talking sports yesterday. So I just wanted to salute to y'all on that. But on the sports tip, a lot of people might not like what I'm going to say, but I believe that the NFC East, the way I keep looking at the Eagles and the Cowboys, I think we're going to end up having two teams in the playoffs this year. That's what I'm here to say. From the way I'm looking at it with the roster, how important coaching is, and how y'all got your new coach, I still think we're going to win the division. But however it go, however which way it swing, I think that we're going to have two teams in the division this year that in the playoffs. That's what I think. That's how I think it's going to go.
So the battle is going to be through the NFC East. Two teams are going to go to the playoff.
Yeah,
you got your Eagles there, and you have the mighty Dallas Cowboys in that column as well, right?
Yeah.
Wild card Eagles, or you guys get a first round bye? What you feeling?
I looked at the schedule from my schedule perspective and how it's looking. I really can't say right now. I think we'll win the division, but the first round bye, with a lot of teams, it's tough to say because a lot of things got to go right for you to have that first round bye. If I'm just being completely honest, I got us winning about 11 games, 12, and that don't get you a first round bye in the NFC right now. It's really like you got to get 13. So if I got us winning 11 to 12, I don't really see a first round bye would be tough. I could see it happening, but I got us winning about 11 games this year. If I'm being totally honest.
I feel you though, man. It's the year of being optimistic for your team and for your time rooting for this team as it relates to the Eagles. I think that the Eagles will face many of challenges, even though they did found a way with resiliency. In 2017, y'all was resilient, and that's a mighty situation for you guys to be resilient that year. 2018, you guys were resilient, and last year was resilient. So a lot of that stuff, man, I think that you guys were playing through borrowed time, basically. So I just don't see that it is going to happen 4 years in a row. So I think that now it's time for you guys to fall on your face and not make the playoff and be looking up again. So especially how everything wrapped up for you guys this year. We play in Philly the first game. So now you guys got to play the last game in Big D. So I think that last game, boy, we be really playing you guys tough when you come over here to Dallas. So it's going to be a different situation, a different funk, a different flavor.
Yeah, that's definitely a good analysis. But one thing I can say is that I watch I watch my enemy a lot. So I definitely watch the Cowboys a lot. And one thing I can say about the Cowboys is that y'all lost y'all number one corner, replaced him with a rookie, athletic rookie in that. But y'all took the Eagles route in the way of, if we're not going to be able to lock you down in the secondary, what we're going to do is get the big boys in the front and get pressure. So I've recognized who y'all picked up. And I feel like y'all filled the hole on defense. However, I think we filled the hole on offense with the speed that we were lacking. I remember you mentioning that we ran a lot of 12 personnel sets with our two tight ends, and how that Carson Wentz don't really need receivers because we got the two tight ends. Well, now we got the speed plus the tight ends. So I truthfully don't know if these wide receivers do what they supposed to do, who gonna really stop us with them tight ends plus the coaching. How you mentioned Dak Prescott, he didn't have the coach. Well, Carson Wentz has the coach. And at the end of the day, coaching is a big factor when you're talking about a team thing, and I'm not saying McCarthy can't coach. However, we got a guy that won with Nick Foles, and a lot of people don't know that's really relevant. Even though we debate quarterbacks all the time, on the real note, we got a top 5 coach right now, and that's relevant when we're talking about who knows how good Carson Wentz would be without Doug Peterson. Who knows how good Mahomes would be without Andy Reid.
True.
So right then and there, we got the coach. As a team game, I just see that our coach, he's clutch in situations where he's not hesitant to go for it on 4th and 4, 4th and 3rd. Not saying McCarthy is hesitant. I'm saying I know for a fact Doug Peterson and everybody in the building know it's 4th and 3 at the 50. He going for it. We might as well just keep the dudes on us. He's not pulling nobody off.
Yeah, that aggressive mindset for your coach. Yeah, that is something that I wish we were able to install a couple of years ago, with that aggressive mind, with that belief. And just like he said, man, we're going to go down there to Dallas and we're going to whoop some ass, right? And it didn't happen. And then he recanted his questionings because he knew that he put fire and desire. And I think that he motivated these players that's over here in Dallas a way that we really not accustomed to. We really didn't have a coach that can really go into the gauntlet for us and say, okay, we declare and decree that we're going to win, right? And sometimes outside noises motivate the Cowboys because we really didn't get it from the inside. So I do agree with you on that aspect. For having a coach who went down through the battlegrounds and said, okay, I'm going to put everything on the line and I'm going to speak for my players and we're going to make it happen. We're going to go to the playoff. I've seen the all or nothing video, the way he motivates and the way he tells people and players to really elevate themselves. So I think that Doug, he knows how to identify with those players, and I think that he's a wonderful coach for your system. But it's going to fall on his face this year because the Cowboys, we coming. We looking for revenge. We looking for it. Like Drake says, I'm looking for revenge, baby. And I wish I could sing the song, but I don't want to serenade the vibes on the live airways. You know how they go, right?
Yeah.
What else you got for the show, Big Pang?
And that's the thing. I had watched the dude Vach talk to Lord Brunson today, and I watched how, I never really looked at it on a note of it could be a big year for both quarterbacks, for Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz. Even though Carson Wentz got paid his money, he still got things to prove, especially on a healthy note, and he never really played more than 5-7 minutes in a playoff game. So be hungry. and then you got another hungry quarterback that's betting on himself. I just feel like what they say, the hungry dogs, they run faster, and I feel like I can't overlook Dak Prescott looking hungry, and I can't overlook Carson Wentz looking hungry. So even though I got us winning the division, I can't say that y'all not going to make the playoffs. Let's say even if we do miss it, they added an extra wild card spot in there, so I feel like there's no possible way for us not to make the playoffs. A lot of people got the NFC West with the Rams, with the Seahawks or the 49ers making it. Well, we know that Super Bowl high, you see we was 13-3, where we go 9-7. So you look at the 49ers, I don't know if they're going to come out of the playoffs. Come out the NFC West, because that division's tough. The most consistent team out of all those teams on the real is Seattle. So I look at it from a consistent standpoint. I look at it from which quarterbacks are hungry this year, and I feel like we got two of the most seasoned quarterbacks, but they also still hungry, because you got guys like Deshaun Watson, who never threw 30 touchdowns in a game, ranked higher than Wentz and Dak Prescott. So I feel like those guys are taking notes of that. And, those two quarterbacks got some things to prove, and I expect a lot of shootouts and big numbers because, dudes got their weapons. Y'all got CeeDee Lamb. We got our receivers now. I feel like, may the best team win. There's no excuses right now.
Exited for this year.
Yes, indeed, man. But I really appreciate you, Big Pain. Thank you so much for calling in to the nation, man.
No doubt.
Hey, I'm going to check you out. Is it at Big Pain, your YouTube page?
Yeah, the same page. It's usually a gaming channel, but I started talking sports.
No doubt, man. Do that, man, and we'll hit you up during the season as well, man. Salute, bro.
Okay.
That's a good call for Big Pain, man. Die-hard Eagles fan. Made his team have success until they played the Cowboys. May his team be healthy, and may our team be healthy at the same time, because I don't want to leave nothing out there. I don't. I'm not the type of person that say, man, I wish they come in with limbs broken and things like that. No, I want them at their full strength, so we would not have any of these excuses. See, we limped in when we played them the time when we played them. And, of course, they had no wide receivers. And, of course, Dallas Goddard was doing his thing. And I guess Zach Ertz got injured, what have you, from that hit from Xavier Woods when we played them. So it kind of should have balanced things out. But they came off with the victory. And in a crazy reality, it was a good victory for us, because we finally got rid of the machine, right? The red machine. So it's like a conundrum, basically. And I do know that a lot of people say, see, that the Cowboys are so delusional that they would say that they are glad that that they lost and they got out of the playoff and they didn't win. But you got to understand that sometimes, I'm going to quote this movie again. White Man Can't Jump. I think her name is Rosa Perez. She says sometimes you win, but you lose. And sometimes you lose, but you really win, And that was a great, deep topic when she said that, because she was talking to her boyfriend or husband at the time, and she was just breaking down things on how reality of life really is. And that's just how it goes, right? I'll call in Philly. No, call in then. 682-214-4087 is the hotline. And shout out to you again, Naeem. Really appreciate you. 512. You're live.
Yeah. You know what time it is.
Oh my goodness, man. Hold on. How do I get two Philly calls back to back, man?
Hey,
talk to me, man.
I heard my brethren.
Yeah.
So I had to call in. I just got some questions. I've been watching. Just a lot of headlines and a lot of things going on lately in Dallas land, and just trying to understand why there's no confidence in Dak. I don't understand it, because normally if you have somebody that you consider as a franchise quarterback, or somebody that you want to commit long term to, you normally invest in something like that. So I'm trying to understand what's going on. What's the pause on, signing Dak if he's supposed to be the real deal? I'll pause my question long, because you're having a wonderful show. First of all, salute to what you do, my guy, because all you do is kick fire. So yes,
appreciate
sir.
it, man. Appreciate it. Oh my God. Here's the thing. I don't know what's going on in the heads of Jerry Wayne and his son, Stephen Jones. From what I was told, this was more so on Stephen Jones' decision to play press when he should have just released the situation. This similar situation to Stephen Jones, believe it or not, I'm going all the way to the 90s, right? And you guys may have to really pull out some old library clips or what have you to see this. It's probably not even on the internet. See, Jerry wanted Deion Primetime Sanders, right? And Jerry had more of a wiggle room. But Stephen Jones was like, nah, we don't need Deion. And they got into a fisticuff almost about that. So I believe that Jerry can't fight anymore, right? Johnny Walker Blue is running low. I think that the fisticuff was Stephen Jones did not want to give Dak Prescott that what he wanted. Originally the 4-year contract or what have you, and he was pressed on giving him 5. And he said, I got to put my foot down to let him know that I'm the owner. I'm the son. You know, the son's always got to prove a point. Jerry would have been cut that man a check. That's the problem. You got 2 Chiefs in there, and it was that's just how it went. You know, went to fisticuffs, and Stephen Jones finally won.
And that's a great point, Law. You know, and one of the things I actually see, you know, when I look at Dallas, when I vision Dallas, of course, and I think everybody sees that when you look at Dallas, it's ran by Zeke. You know, y'all shelved out a lot of money for Zeke. Y'all shelved out a lot of money for Cooper. The talent is there, but there's pause for Dak. I don't understand that, and that's, you know, if you have a great quarterback, you know, you get the job done. Patrick Mahomes just did it. You know, I'm not sure if Deshaun Watson's going to, you know, if that situation is going to get handled. You got Lamar Jackson. Guaranteed they're not going to have any problems. But there's pause for Dak. And I don't understand it beyond the fact of the team is ran by Zeke. Everybody knows that. Jerry knows that. He's not falling sucker to what Dak, you know.
Time would tell it all, Philly. And on top of that, we talking about reservations, right? We're talking about worries. We're talking about this and that. And all I've seen today was your second-round draft pick, Jalen Hurts, signed. I mean, there's somewhere where there's a reservation. There's somewhere where there's doubt. There's somewhere where they looking at it like, man, we can't believe that Carson Wentz, the guy that we gave 100, and like my granddaddy say 100, was it 107 or was it 110 million guaranteed? How much guaranteed?
He got 107, yeah.
Yeah. They had their reservations, brother.
He gave them the bag, though, because the trust is there. We know. We've seen Carson Wentz set us up for our Super Bowl run. We've seen that. He can go put that on the table.
You still with that theory? You are still with that theory? Come on, man. He's the guy. Look. Let me break this down again because I think I said it before. When you go out to the clubs, you go out to the lounges or what have you, you see the pretty ladies out there. He's the guy that bought all of the drinks and he got everything set up, paid their way to get in, and all of a sudden somebody else come in and scoop up and say, thank you, brother. You set everything up for us, right? He's the guy. He's a setup guy. That's what he was. So he really don't get any credit for the person who really married the lady, right? And that was Nick Foles, who got the ring, and he's gone. And for the craziest part of it all, let me know if I'm lying. Did you guys build a statue and erect it in his name out there? Nick Foles. That's facts, man. I mean, it took y'all so long to win the Super Bowl that you had people out there eating horse feces. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I mean, if we win the Super Bowl, I don't think that none of the Cowboys fans will go out there and eat horse stuff, you know? I just had to talk about y'all. I had to talk about you. What else you got for the show, though, brother? What else you got for the show?
You know, honestly, you know, I'm just really excited. You know, I know we're starting to get some of this training camp, you know.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner, hopefully. You know, I know a lot of these safety concerns, you know, coming into play and things like that. But at the end of the day, I'm curious to know, you know, I know we have potential diamond, you know, in the rough that I'm rooting for on my team in particular. He's, you know, undrafted. His name's Guy. defense, Law. I'll be checking the show. I know you like
hold
the defense.
on. I think
So
my computer had a snafu there, so I was like froze, lost in space. See, you cursing my computer, man. So nobody heard anything you were saying. Nobody heard anything that was going on. See, you putting all of that Philly curse on me, man. But appreciate those who
it's the evil magic.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed, man.
No.
I'm gonna have to roll with you, man. What else you have for the show?
Guy.
Huh?
No, you stay blessed, Law. Look, I don't want to hold up the show, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was got to show you some love, my guy. You doing your thing out there, but you got to know, your team is hella trash. Y'all know what it is. Fly, Eagles, fly. You have a blessed day, brother.
Salute, bro. Get on out of here, man. Get on out of here. Y'all know y'all ain't flying nowhere. Oh, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, you saw what he did to the computer screen. It was all frozen and everything. And that was the curse moving off from the Cowboys back on him, believe it or not. He don't know that yet. It's going back to the Eagles. And he's going to sing Fly, Eagles, fly to the land of no victories. That's what it is, right? Now, I need a mighty Cowboy fan to call in to set the record straight. 682-214-4087 is the number. I cannot leave this show with two back-to-back Eagles fans calling in. And y'all know I'm trying to be nice, right? And you guys might want to write this down, the reason why I allow these Philadelphia Eagles to be on this particular channel to call in. I don't block anybody. A wise man once said, it's better to have them inside the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in. Might want to write that down. 602, what's good?
Hello.
Talk to
me. Nation.
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
So, let me think. Okay.
Yeah, we'll give you all the time in the world. Talk to me, man.
It's hard to think of a question.
No, you good. It's your world.
So is Dak gonna play with the franchise tag in a good season with the Cowboys, or is he gonna play I don't know, I don't understand.
It's so good. It's all good, man. I understand. I've had many a times like that before. You had all of your thoughts together, and when you get on the line, you're like, I don't know, But he said Dak Prescott will play on the franchise tag. Yeah, of course, he's going to play on the franchise tag. He can't sit out. He can't hold out. He lose money that way, and it's just a smear on him to not play. So I will say that the price of Dak Prescott just went up. This team is so talented from A to Z. I think that we'll showcase a better situation than what we did last year, and we'll get this thing going. Non-dime.
Non-dime.
Talk to me, man. What's on your mind?
Man, die equals die.
Yes, indeed.
Ain't nothing changed.
Platinum. Yeah.
I'm going to change. Stay off our team. I'm loving our roster.
Yeah.
I'm loving our roster, our final roster. And by far, we the best in the NFC East, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, top to bottom, we got the best quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Right.
We got the best running back. Correct.
Correct.
We got the best offensive line. Correct. Defensive line now with Poe and the new troops in town. I believe so. Secondary. Ain't nobody got no secondary in the NFC East like that. No killers like that. But our is going to be the best. I got a little birdie for you. So Calvin Johnson was on a podcast a couple weeks ago. And they asked him who was the toughest person to cover him. He said Al Harris. Because he felt like he got beat up every game. So for you Philadelphia Eagles fans, with your little 170-pound running backs, we going to put that pressure on you in the first 5 yards. It's going to be a dogfight. It's no going to be no free releases. It's not going to be no, I'm off 10 yards, I'm going to kill him with a slant. You already seen your tight end get knocked out in South Dakota. That's how it's going to be when you come in the middle. That's how it's going to be when you come in the middle. I feel like we're going to get way more turnovers this year. We're going to score faster and get the ball quicker. I feel it's going to be less long drives, but more drives. So more drives going to be points on the board. But you Philadelphia Eagle fans, you Smeagles, cut it out, man. Cut it out, man.
Yeah. Yes,
you got one little Super Bowl. And that man didn't play his best corner during the game. It was a lot of mess with that Super Bowl. You can have that. But get FOMO, man. Y'all still on the level of the Washington no-names, brother. Oh, I forgot. They got 3. Sorry. Y'all the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, when you looking up to greatness, when you looking at them stars in the sky every night, they have to envy us. We are the bar for the NFC East and for the NFL for the most part. The envy, we love it. And my last note, I just pray everything is safe. A lot of states have been canceling the fans, and we just don't know if the season is going to go like we want it to. But Cowboy Nation, 5, and we live like 95.
Ooh, 9 dime for your mind. Boy, that's a good call from you, man. Appreciate you, 9 dime.
For sure.
9 dime called in and just I had to cut the phone lines off because that's what I was looking for. Somebody to go out here and just give you guys some real deal Holyfield type of stuff to really get you up on your feet. You know, a tree can grow tall, right? But it can never reach the stars. And we got 5 stars. And the Eagles, the way he put it, they got that one tall tree and they talking about it, right? And they think they're high. But when you open it up and you really think about it and you contextualize everything, they nowhere close to the stars. But they happy about being in their tree. And I come here to tell you guys, even though like Philly Notion putting it down in the comment box, 25 years. Their tree been growing for 60 years and it's finally grew to a point that is tall enough for people to recognize that it's a tall tree. But I come here to tell you guys that as tall as that tree will ever be is nowhere close to the stars, right? Let me know if I'm lying. So at the end of the day, before they can come talking about us, before they can come bumping their gums about this, and before they become bumping their gums about that, they got to at least catch up with the Washington No-Names. That's a good name for them, Washington No-Names. They got to at least catch up with them. And then at that moment, just maybe when they catch up with them, maybe it'll be another 60 years. But the moment they catch up with them, they got to catch up and pass them, and they got to catch up with the Giants. By that time frame, we'll be owning the universe, right? It's just crazy how people try to make those comparisons of organizations and trying to keep it real, but they still looking up. I say this all the time. They looking up so long that in their neck, it looks like they got stomach muscles because of the striations. And man, they looking up to the Washington team. You would think that the people on the low end will practice of trying to get to the next level before they try to throw rocks and stones at the king, right? And we are the kings. We are the beasts because we're located in the West, but we dominate the East, right? The Dallas Cowboys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank those who made the donation to help elevate the nation. Don't forget to share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. Shout out to everybody. Let's continue to grind and shine. Like I said, tomorrow we'll have Patrick with no C, Walker, on the show, and he will deliver some information for us, and be ready to get some information as it relates to contract situation, as it relates to the individual rookies that's going to be out there, who going to be your underdog, who is going to be your dark horse, who is going to be your person that you will say to yourself, man, this guy been the difference maker in college, and now he's going to be the difference maker on this Dallas Cowboys team. Really appreciate everybody, man. I can't stress this out enough. Let me just tell you guys, man, we got apparel. I'm going to post it in the comment box, man. I really appreciate everybody who's part of the late night hype. My dog, Big Game James, Skywalker Steel. Check out my dog over here, Choice Bolton. He's a brother that got his own business. It's on Instagram. Check this out. Let me post this little link right here. It's going to be in the description box as well. Check him out. He got a unique way of playing dominoes, a unique way of keeping score, not just with the pen and pad. No, you don't have to do that anymore. You can utilize chips. And I ain't talking about the kind you eat. I'm talking about the kind that's like poker almost. A unique way. Let me play this right quick, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. Let's just listen to this right quick. Help a brother out.
What's going on? It's your boy Jeff Shelley. I'm checking in one time to let y'all know I just received my good money tips from Choice the Poet Gordon. And this man is about to change the way we keep score playing dominoes.
Commercial.
Ain't no more pen and paper. You can't cheat no more because we got the good money tips. The good money tips is going to tell you how many points you got. You can't cheat. Ain't no more cheating playing dominoes. Check this out. The $5 chips, you know what I'm saying? You chip away, get your little quick point, you know what I'm saying? You got your little $15 chips. 3 sisters. We call them 3 sisters. Ella, Bella, and Stella. You know what I'm saying? You got your
Dominoes.
30 piece. You know what I'm saying? 30 piece special. You know what I'm talking about? And we ain't talking about no chicken. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? The game champ. You know what I'm saying? This here. You get this here.
Make me want to play dominoes
you know
now.
I'm just going through all out of order. You know what I'm saying? You got the $25 chip. That's a quarter horse. You know what I'm saying? You got to say quarter horse.
Quarter horse.
Hey, what's going on?
So
Jeff Shelley.
That's Jeff Shelley, man. Check out his. He's an unbelievable comic on the Instagram as well. Let me just do some more homework here for you guys. Hey, the late night hype T-shirts. I'm gonna post the link. Give me a few seconds. Let me post it right here so that you guys can check that out as well. Just paying some bills over here, Cowboy Nation, on the slide over here. And that's the late night hype shirt. And speaking of hype, let me get some fire on this thing. Boy, blowing some flames over here. And let's get this thing going the best way possible, Cowboy Nation. Let's turn me up, DJ. There we go. There we go. Y'all know. I need to see some fire. One way or another, we got to see some fire in the chat box. Somewhere, please post some fire down. Let's continue to grind. Let's figure out this thing. Cowboy Nation, let's go. Let me wrap my mind to this thing. Let me wrap my mind, my heart. Let me wrap my mind, my heart to this thing. I want people to really write this down. Formulate your mind to it. Let's continue to fight. Let's continue to control this thing with our minds, our hearts, our soul, with everything else mixed into one. Everybody talking about the Dallas Cowboys have not been there since 25, right? Years, and these sorts of things. But I'm telling you guys, all of these failures, all of these pitfalls, they say if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up, right? They say that when you get punched in the mouth, now you know the counter move, right? They say that when in a puncher's chance, that's why when a fighter or a boxer, even when he's going down, he continues to swing those blows. They say when you're up against your struggles, meet it squarely face to face, lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a blow. And on top of that, let's not fall stray from this Dallas Cowboys team, because the real deal Holyfield is right here. Let me just see some of this fire. Let me see some of this fire emojis, man, because I want people to understand this right here, Cowboy Nation. The moment Eagle fans or the Redskin, the Washington no-name fans come around here, and of course a few of the Giants, they keep it okay with us every now and then. Come on, let me see this thing. Come on. They don't know that we've been preparing ourselves for this. We've been preparing. We've been ready for it. Now we got a coach that all he did all last year was just sat down, went through everything. Oh, we got a doggone special team guy. There we go. It's finna pull up now. Y'all continue to put those fire emojis down in the comment box, because that is what we're going to deliver this year. Even though he's been down. I'm talking about Bone Fossil, talking about Tom Sula, Mike Nolan, all of those boys. And just like my dog Nine Dime was just talking about, for your mind, he was talking about the fact that Calvin, one of the greatest, Megatron, one of the greatest wide receivers that we was able to lay our eyes on. He said Al Harris was one of the dogs that he had to go up against and fight against and do all of these things against. But guess what? He's on our side, not as a player, but as a coach. And as a coach, what you want to do is transplant or transform or move your mind to those players. And I think that he's going to get Cheeto Woozier playing like that. I think he's going to get Reggie Robinson playing like that. I think he's going to get already Diggs playing like that. He's going to get Xavier Woods playing like that. Let's play with that dog mentality. Let's get ready to fight. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.